Previously on Starting Over, after a long and emotional journey, Jill finally learned she was graduating.
I am just overwhelmed with emotion. Today will be one of the best days of my entire life.
And everyone prepared to say goodbye to their friend and mentor.
I just love Jill, and I can't imagine being here without her.
One house.
I need a second chance.
Women from all walks of life. Striving. Bonding. Reinventing themselves.
This house changed my life.
Starting over. Life has never been this real.
Be receptive. I haven't seen her hair. Here she comes.
Many, many years ago, there was a damaged piece of marble delivered to Michelangelo. And from it, he created what came to be known as the beginning of the Renaissance of art. He never saw the rock. All he saw was David, and he carved away everything that wasn't David. First day you entered the house, Miss Jill, I said to you, I know who you really are.
I'm not living up to my potential.
Okay. But it's not that you can't have what you want, it's that you're hiding. You hide behind the weight, you hide behind your mother, you hide behind the drama. I know the truth about you. I know who you are. So I want you to know that. I know that. And I'm not gonna dance your dance, play your game, do your hustle, engage in your drama. The jig is up. And my only job, Miss Jill, was to carve away everything that wasn't you. It wasn't always easy. There was some doubt, Miss Jill, about what you believed about yourself when you got here. But on that first day, you had to push yourself completely out of your comfort zone to accomplish the first task at hand.
That I can't do it.
You can't do it or?
Unable?
Unable. And tell me why.
Cousin. It doesn't fit.
How about you don't fit where you are now? How about that? How about that? That where you are right now is not a fit for you. You got that?
Wow.
Yeah. And that's why you're here, Jill. And it's okay. When you were so willing to go through everything, but then you reached your limit.
Okay, I can do this. I'm out of breath, and I don't want to be a disappointment.
You're not a disappointment, Jill. Is there another possibility?
That I've reached my limit.
Yay! And that was your very first lesson. That you may not always get to the end, but it's okay to have a limit. Like Michelangelo, you were beginning to believe in yourself, beginning to carve away and cut away everything that wasn't you. Miss Jill came to us, a phenomenal storyteller. She told herself stories about all kinds of stuff. And one of the biggest stories she told herself was that her mother was at the root of all her problems. Why don't you tell us why you're in the Starting Over house?
To cut the cord with my mother. I don't despise her, I just want her to get her foot off my neck.
Boy, you got a gift for fiction. So we used your storytelling talents and your storytelling abilities on your first radio show here in the Starting Over house.
Winona Ryder has nothing on me. Okay, that's right. I stole those shoes, and I'd have never thought twice about it if I hadn't gotten caught. It's true. It's true. Yes, honey, Miss Jill has fine taste with very, very little money. Now, those shoes were not the first time, but, what's a girl to do when she's living beyond her means? I mean, really.
Well, you told the story of your life, quite honestly, openly. So, we continued our journey and our work together, carving away that which wasn't there because I knew, at the core of that rock-hard exterior, there was a masterpiece. And the way I thought we could do it best, Jill, was the whole baggage extravaganza. Miss Jill?
Yes?
I'd like to introduce you to your baggage. Tell me something you've lied about.
That I was okay.
Okay, fold that up and put it in the liar suitcase. And you carried that baggage. Look what I found. Did you get mugged?
No.
Why is this
I
here?
decided it was time for it to go in the trash.
Oh, you decided it was time for it to go in the trash. I think you need to come with me, Miss Jill. You got a new one.
Overwhelm, disobedience, confusion.
You know what? When you try to get rid of your issues too soon, they come back and they bring other issues. Here you go. Just hook that on there.
I know,
It wasn't until you learned that there would be challenges in life, no matter where you dragged your baggage. And from there, we bumped up into another opportunity for healing, and that was to deal with the level of emotional dishonesty that you didn't miss your father. Dishonesty that everybody was out to get you. Dishonesty that your mother was your problem. Dishonesty, emotional dishonesty, but more important, Miss Jill, emotional dishonesty that you had told yourself about yourself, that you weren't enough. So we broke it down into simple terms, and we used sock puppets to make a point.
How would you feel if your father never wanted to contact you or never talked to you?
The same way you feel.
I have been on this planet for 40 years, and I have yet to have one decent, intimate relationship with a man. And I feel like it's all your fault.
I understand. I'm sure, Jill, after all these years, you have lots to say to me. And I want you to know, my darling, I'm willing to listen. That was terrifying for you. And oh my, did you reach out to your father?
For more information about the women, life coaches, and tips on how you can start over, visit startingovertv.com.
And then our challenge became, how do we remove these issues from your magnificence? How do we carve away everything that isn't Miss Jill? Your I am was attached to fact.
Ooh, who is that? Oh, wow. I was kind of happy with my weight at that time. That's probably one of the smallest I've ever been.
So carrying weight has been...
My whole life.
Okay.
Yeah, I've never been thin. I've always been big. I was always probably the biggest one in the class, or everybody plays a role, and that was mine.
And it was then that we met the true Miss Jill, her wonderful, authentic self, Miss Mabel.
Oh, Jesus.
Don't you love her?
Okay.
Look at this nice, slim, trim body.
Wow, that's great.
Can you imagine that that's who you are at your core and your authentic self? And we put those qualities and traits and characteristics all over Miss Mabel, because that was at the core of your being. Everything but that had to be chipped away in order for the wonderful masterpiece of that marble to shine through. So we dressed Miss Mabel in all your issues to see how you had covered your own beauty. Every item of clothes in there, you have to get on her. So here's the deal I'm gonna make you. Every pound you lose, you're able to take one peak garment off your authentic self. You admitted that you had tried many diets before and they didn't work. You knew this time if you wanted the weight to come off and stay off, you needed extra support.
Where's Jill? Miss Jill? Do you want anything?
They have garlic.
There's salad here with dressing on the side.
Yay!
The housemates order pizza and dessert, all the fixings, everything. Why not just order a dagger and put it through my heart? Why don't you?
You shared that your vice was cupcakes, but it took you giving them up to realize what they had done to you.
I was in the grocery store alone. There was a lone cupcake.
With your name on it. It was a cupcake, and it said, Jill, it's me, the cupcake. Come here, sweetie.
Yep. You have no idea. Yesterday, the struggle I had with that cupcake. It was a cupcake, but it was my whole life. I had to stand for myself. I had to stand hard for myself. And I didn't care. People thought I was crazy walking back and forth in this aisle, talking to myself about this cupcake. All of that support and love and that foundation led me to that moment when I could walk away from that cupcake. And I understand and hear me clearly when I say that a moment can change your life.
Your dedication to your diet paid off.
Pound?
Yep. 1.2. Yep. And your total pounds lost for the month, I think I said 20.2. Yeah, 20.2. So how do you feel about
That's
that?
pretty good.
Pretty good.
20 pounds in a month. Yeah, I feel good about that.
Yeah, as well you should. As well you should.
It was time for you to stand up and face the mother that you had been hiding from for 16 years. I was so proud to see the 41-year-old Jill stand up and tell her mother exactly what she needed to make her life complete.
I felt like I sacrificed myself so that you could be happy. That's how I felt. I want to move because I want to be independent.
Well, I don't know how we're gonna solve that. No.
Tell her what you're afraid of, Mom. Tell her what you're afraid
I'm
of.
afraid of dying alone. That's it.
Mom, you are afraid to die alone, and so you cling to Jill because she's the only person you have on the planet.
On the planet.
And she feels that because you're alone and she just wants you to be happy, that she can't leave you alone because she's obligated to make sure you're happy. So we've got these two extremes here, and I want you to know that there's a happy medium. And that brought us to the indictment. By the universe of life and your authentic self, Miss Mabel indicted you for conspiracy to live an unfulfilled life, a 10-count indictment.
Ms. Jill T., you have been accused of 10 counts of conspiracy to live a life unfulfilled. The starting over court charges: count 1, conspiracy to live an unfulfilled life. Count 2, harboring distortion vision of self. Count 5, resisting structure, order, and accountability. Count 8, denying joy in the first degree. Count 10, flagrant disregard of love. Do you understand what you have been charged with?
Yes.
And that indictment led us to your sentencing hearing. And Judge Delarice gave you very specific assignments. Contact your father and pursue the career of your choice. Go on a date.
If you will fulfill these conditions that I have asked you for,